breaking news from News Channel 3.
Good evening, everybody. I'm CJ Ward.
And I'm Beth Farnsworth. The U.S. issues a worldwide travel alert tonight as police hunt for a woman connected to that deadly terror attack in Paris. 3 suspects were killed today following 2 separate hostage dramas.
We have team coverage for you. News Channel 3's John Palminteri is live in Santa Barbara. But first, let's go to Marcy Gonzalez live in New York.
Al-Qaeda in Yemen has now claimed responsibility for Wednesday's attack, while today suspected terrorists took the lives of several other victims before police closed in. 2 tense standoffs leaving 3 accused terrorists in France dead.
We're hopeful that the immediate threat is now resolved.
First at this printing company nearly 30 miles outside of Paris. Police cornered the 2 brothers they say carried out Wednesday's massacre at the satirical newspaper Charlie Hebdo. The Interior Minister saying Sharif and Sayed Kouachi holed up inside, not knowing an employee was there hiding. Then the brothers came out shooting. Before they were killed by police, the Kouachis reportedly called a French TV station, saying they were commissioned by Al-Qaeda in Yemen and were defending the Prophet Muhammad. Meanwhile, inside a kosher supermarket east of Paris, police say another accused terrorist, Mehdi Koulibaly, killed 4 hostages. He reportedly called the same television station, claiming he synchronized his attack with the Kouachis and that he was a member of ISIS. Investigators say Koulibaly also murdered a police officer in a shootout yesterday and was killed in today's siege. His accomplice is still on the run. Today, through a translator, French President Francois Hollande said the country remains on high alert.
France also knows that it is not over yet with the threat.
And there is a big rally scheduled in Paris for Sunday. The same day, Attorney General Eric Holder will meet with world leaders there to discuss combating terrorism and the threat of homegrown jihadists. Marcy Gonzalez, ABC News, New York.
Back here, customers outside of Renaud's Bakery in Santa Barbara are speaking out about the terrorist events in Paris.
And many are in shock. News Channel 3 senior reporter John Palminteri joins us live. And John, the violence there is scaring some folks here.
And you know, while many people feel safe around here, they are very concerned about these random acts of violence that are taking place around the world, and especially in places where they have an interest in going or traveling in the future. So we came here to Renaud's Bakery in Santa Barbara and talked to people here who are very concerned and following the terrorist crisis in France, including one man who used to live in Paris. Even with increased security, he says we are now living in a world with greater risks.
I can't believe that they could go ahead and do something as murderous as that.
In France, it's so sad that it had to happen. We better be alert.
It's good to see the sense of solidarity. I think what we'll find out over the coming days is whether this leads to an outbreak of increased Islamophobia, and I hope it doesn't.
There's also a growing concern after the attacks in France that our U.S. borders are not tight enough. Many people favor even tougher restrictions for those coming into the country who may pose a risk. And coming up at News Channel 3 at 6 o'clock, we'll have more reaction from people in Santa Barbara and about these attacks and what could be some solutions as we go forward. Reporting live in Santa Barbara, John Palminteri, News Channel 3.
All right, thank you, John. And you can get around-the-clock updates on the Paris terrorist attacks at KEYT.com and on the News Channel 3 app.